From Kern Government Television, welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting. Originating from the Kern County Administrative Center, located at 1115 Truxtun Avenue in Bakersfield, California. Grounded in ideas, energy, and innovation, Kern County's vision is to be a driving force for the world's fifth largest economy, and our mission is to exceed expectations of the communities we serve, changing the way they feel about government, those who manage it, and the services it provides. Today's Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Board to reconvene. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Supervisor Peters?
Here.
Supervisor Parlier?
Here.
Supervisor Flores?
Here.
Supervisor Couch?
Here.
Supervisor Perez?
Here.
Okay, thank you and welcome to the Tuesday, June 9th, 2026 meeting of the Kern County Board of Supervisors. We're going to begin with a flag salute. Joining us today for the flag salute is Martin Guerrero. Martin was born and raised in Bakersfield, where his mother worked tirelessly to raise he and his brother as a single mother. He attended Mount Vernon Elementary School, Sierra Middle School, and East Bakersfield High School, graduating with the class of 1986. In 1987, he enlisted in the United States Marine Corps and proudly served until 1995. During his service, he participated in Operation Desert Storm from 1990 to 1991. After returning from Iraq, he continued his education at Bakersfield College and the University of Phoenix, where he earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Management. In 2000, he began his company, Hacienda Guerrero Catering, a veteran-owned business serving the Bakersfield community. His commitment to both business and community service has been recognized by the Bakersfield Chamber of Commerce, which honored him with the Small Business of the Year Award in 2021 and the Volunteer of the Year Award in 2023. Throughout his life, he has remained dedicated to service, leadership, and giving back to the community that shaped him. Thank you very much for joining us here today, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please stand. Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, our next item is the Pet of the Week, and I'll invite our Director of Animal Services, Nick Cullen, out. All right, Nick, who do we got here today?
Well, good morning, Chairman Peters, members of the board. I brought with me Mose. We're going to hope that his energy stays contained for like 30 seconds. Mose is, he's young. He's only about a year old. He's a Chihuahua mix, a little bit bigger than a typical Chihuahua. He's about 22 pounds. He's just a ton of energy, man. A super fun dog. He's just loving all over everybody this morning. Gets along well with other dogs. And he's been with us for a couple of weeks now, so he needs a home, and he's available for adoption right now at the Kern County Animal Shelter.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm sure this friendly guy won't have any problems finding a new home, so thanks for coming down, Nick. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck, Mose. Okay, next up is the consent agenda. All items listed with a CA or C above the item are considered to be routine and non-controversial by county staff. The CA represents the consent agenda for the Board of Supervisors, while the C represents the consent agenda for the Kern Sanitation Authority and/or Ford City Taft Heights Sanitation District and/or IHSS Public Authority. Consent items will be considered first and may be approved by one motion. If a member of the audience wishes to comment or ask questions regarding an item or items on the consent agenda, they may do so prior to a vote being taken on the consent agenda. Members of the board may remove any item from the consent agenda, and it will be considered in listed sequence with an opportunity for any member of the public to address the board concerning the item before action is taken. Members of the public may also comment on any closed session items. The consent agenda includes items 2 and 3, as well as 6 through 8 on page 2, items 9 through 15 on page 3, 16 through 23 on page 4, 24 through 30 on page 5, 31 through 38 on page 6, 39 through 45 on page 7, 46 through 52 on page 8, 53 through 59 on page 9, 60 through 68 on page 10, 69 through 77 on page 11. Quite the consent agenda this morning. Are there any members of the public that would like to make comment on the consent calendar? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back to the board for any discussion or motion.
Motion approved. Second.
Thank you. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Okay, thank you. Our next item is item number 1, proclaiming June through July 2026 as Kern County Library's annual Summer Reading Challenge and annual Lunch at the Library program. And this will be presented by Supervisor Parlier.
Motion approved.
Second.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and colleagues. As we can all agree, libraries are an incredible community asset. They serve as safe spaces to read, learn, and explore. Additionally, we agree that all lifetime learners in our libraries serve as a physical space and a symbol of learning in our communities. Not only are our county libraries a source of learning, but they are also a source of nutrition for our young children. Children in Kern County have the ability to receive nutritious meals at our libraries. This morning, the Kern County Board of Supervisors, I would like to proclaim June through July 2026 as Kern County's Library's annual Summer Reading Challenge, and proclaim through July 2026 as Kern County Library's annual Lunch at the Library program. There are so many things that are going on with these various programs. However, I'm going to leave the details to you. So I'd like to invite Shailene up, give a few words, but first I want to present the certificates. We have 2 certificates, proclamations. Proclamation from the Board of Supervisors of Kern County, June through July 2026 as Kern County Library's annual Lunch at the Library, and this recognition has been entered into the board minutes and signed by our honorable chair. And this one is June through July 2026, Kern County Library's annual Summer Reading Challenge, again signed by our honorable chair. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please.
Good morning, Chairman Peters and members of the board. My name is Shalyn Panetta, Assistant Director of Libraries, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak with you about the library's annual Summer Reading and Lunch at the Library programs. While the library is a place for reading, learning, and community connection year-round, summer is an especially exciting time for all ages. This year's Summer Reading Challenge theme is Plant a Seed, Read, and we are hosting programs focusing on gardening and botanical literacy, farm-to-fork education, and also providing nutritious lunches to children each day. Our staff have been planning since January, coordinating engaging programs, including magicians, reptile shows, and hands-on activities for families throughout the county. I still remember my first summer reading experience as a child. I wandered into a library one summer day and was enthusiastically encouraged to join the challenge. And I was just excited to participate and share how much I was reading, and even more excited when I earned a prize after completing the program. More importantly, that experience made me feel connected to my community and encouraged me to explore new books and ideas. We hope to create those same memorable experiences for children and families this summer and for years to come. The library remains committed to being a welcoming space where everyone can borrow books, learn, connect, and thrive together. We are grateful for the partnerships and community support that make these programs possible each year, and we invite everyone to visit one of our 22 library locations this summer and join us. Next, we have a short video demonstrating the impact of these programs, and then Genevieve will speak on Farah will speak on summer reading. Okay. That's not ours.
Sorry, we're getting that, the right one pulled up right now.
Should Farah talk while we wait on that? Go ahead, Farah.
Sure.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Farah Dradia, and I do marketing and promotions for Kern County Library, but I'm also known as the Library Hype Woman. You could Google that, it will tell you. For 109 years, the Kern County Library Summer Reading Challenge has supported literacy and learning for all ages, from our youngest readers to our lifelong learners. This year's theme, Plant a Seed and Read, highlights how reading helps ideas grow at every stage of life. The challenge also plays a key role in preventing summer slide. Did you guys know programs like the Summer Reading Challenge help kids not lose 2 years of literacy or schoolwork that they did during the school year? Students maintain their skills while school is out and offering enrichment and connection, and it also offers enrichment and connections for adults, which is what we need in this day and age. Last year, our community achieved remarkable results. We had over 10,000 signups, 77,000 books were read here in Kern County, 2,000 programs were offered, and 66,000 attendees came to these programs. As we begin this year's challenge, we look forward to planting new seeds of curiosity and helping readers at every age grow together. So I invite you all to join the Summer Reading Challenge, read 10 books or for 10 hours, super easy. It's just one audiobook, I promise. And enjoy our Lunch at the Library program and attend one of these fun events that Shalyn was talking about, whether it's a story time, which I know you guys love to do, a magician show, reptile show, or just a fun craft activity. So please come by one of our 22 locations and join the Summer Reading Challenge. Thank you. I'll pass it on to...
Do we have the video or just Genevieve?
Okay, we'll play the video and then I'll pass it on to Genevieve.
For more than a century, generations of Kern County families have discovered the joy of reading through one shared tradition: summer at your library. Since 1917, children and teens across Kern County have spent their summers discovering new stories, exploring new ideas, and building a lifelong love of reading.
I've been coming for the last 6 years with my daughter since she was 1 year old. We like coming because they have a lot of performances in the summer, food, so it's a good way for her to try different food, snacks, and it's a good way for her to learn how to read, especially now that she's in first grade.
Just the diversity and just all the different activities that they have going on for everyone, and it just keeps them busy and out of the house.
Because I don't know how to read books, I'm teaching myself how to read.
Today, that commitment extends beyond books. Beginning at a single location in 2014, Lunch at the Library has since expanded to all Kern County Library branches, serving more than 18,000 meals to local children and families last summer alone. Last year, the Summer Reading Challenge also inspired more than 10,000 reader signups. welcomed over 66,000 attendees, and helped readers complete over 77,000 books. Behind every summer at your library are staff who believe reading can change a child's future. From books and activities to meals and community events, they help create welcoming spaces where children can explore, imagine, and grow. More than a century later, the story is still being written. So sign up for the Summer Reading Challenge. Join us for lunch at the library, participate in a learning activity, and we'll see you at your library this summer. For more
I have to thank really quick our new departmental analyst, Travis. He put that video together. It's pretty incredible, huh? It looks so like professional. It's so good. I have to throw that out there. Good morning, Chairman of the Board and board members. For the last, actually for more than 10 years, the Kern County Library has been providing lunch at the library every June and July, free summer lunches for kids and teens across this, frankly, quite large county. Since 2014, we've served over 159,000 lunches. Assistant CAO Stacy, I don't know if she's here today, Stacy Kuhara, actually helped us serve about 100 of those just last week, so she knows what we're doing every day. In a county where nearly 1 in 4 children experience food insecurity, the library is meeting a critical community need by providing healthy and accessible meals alongside educational opportunities in an environment that's warm and welcoming. So as we continue to support healthy and fed Kern County families, we really appreciate your ongoing support of the libraries. I'm going to throw in 2 quick little promos. One is that most of our libraries now offer Saturday lunches, which we haven't been able to do for, I don't know, like 10 years. So every Saturday in Bakersfield, the library branches offer free meals for kids, 12 to 1 every Saturday. And then tomorrow, we are partnering with Brighter Bites and the Blue Zones Project for a produce box giveaway at Beale Memorial Library. So that's Wednesday, June 10th, 12 p.m. These produce boxes are going to be packed with fresh produce, free and available at Beale Memorial Library, 12 p.m., 1 per family while supplies last. So this is just one part of our ongoing efforts to address food insecurity here in Kern County. And again, we thank you for your support, and we hope to see you this summer. Thank you.
So let's get some photos.
Thank you.
All right, our next item is item number 4, and that's public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board on any matter not on this agenda, but under the jurisdiction of the board. Board members may respond briefly to statements made or questions posed. They may ask questions for clarification or make referral to staff for factual information, or request staff to report back to the board at a later meeting. Also, the board may take action to direct staff to place a matter of business on a future agenda. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes. Please state and spell your name.
Dennis McLean, MC, capital L-E-A-N. Morning, Chairman Peters, supervisors, and staff. I want to report on Measure A status from the Kern Election Department. The latest results show yes 63% and no 36%. The Lord only knows why the state of California allows several weeks to finalize elections, while many states and nations perform this task in 24 hours. Many conclude this amount of time allows a political party to alter the results to their liking. One thing, we do know that 24% of Kern County's voter roll information is inaccurate and incomplete. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen of the board and staff. My name is Don Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. This morning, I would like to talk about election integrity, specifically here in the Kern County Election Office. I'd like to begin with an analogy. Say a banking examiner was tasked with ensuring a bank was operating fairly and within the law. If the examiner arrived and was told by the bank he was only allowed to audit 5 accounts selected by the bank manager, and he did that and left the bank, would any reasonable person believe he accomplished his task? No. Clearly, examiners should demand access to any account at his discretion. Only then would the results be meaningful. I have spent considerable time observing within our county election office, hours each week for weeks during this September 2021 Newsom recall, and just last week, the 4th and 5th of June. What I have witnessed is the hard work of many individuals, some friendly to observers, some not. That is to be expected. What was not expected in 2021 was the last week was the adversarial and combative attitude of the leadership. In 2021, then Mary Bedard and Laura Cantu used COVID to resist observation efforts time and time again. Now Amy Espinoza and Laura Cantu continue failing to provide adequate access for effective observation despite many years between elections to do so. The adjudication area, only 2 of 4 stations are observable. In the challenge signature area, only 1 of 3 stations are observable. And most egregious, the tabulation room does not provide adequate observation at all. And like the examiner, no reasonable person would think so. I strongly urge the board to consider hiring the next ROV as soon as possible to work with current leadership and prepare to take over when their time of appointment is here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman. Good morning, board members. I am Charles Shinn, S-H-I-N-N, Concerned Citizen. Concerned Citizens report on county elections publicly observed testing of systems. 20 May, audit of accessible ballot marking devices and image cast central scanners. Observed testing for machines from an estimated distance of 9 feet to the first machine. All 4 machines being perpendicular to the other, in line and heading away. The last machine is approximately 17 feet away. This is not in the best interest of observers as outlined in the California Administration Code, Chapter 8, Second Section, Observer Rights and Responsibilities, subsection 20871, which talks about increased transparency, basically close enough to see and hear, which we were not. Observers were then moved to a central viewing area to watch various processes from a large screen TV. It displays a 4-screen split. The TV monitor is mounted 8 feet up at approximately 12 feet distance. Whatever is in view was remotely videoed from 4 ceiling-mounted cameras, 15 feet or more from each action. Totally impossible to see any detail or hear any sound. 2nd of June, Election Day receiving ballots and ballot processing action. Not viewable on a central TV monitor. The central area chosen again for observers was too far to see at 20 feet, 20 plus feet, and the cameras do not zoom in. Election observers are supposed to be near to all processes while not interfering. See California Administration Code 20872, E, H, and L. E, election observers observing the conduct of elections. H, observe, watch, view, listen, take notes, ask questions. And L, sufficiently close to observe. C, read dates, postmarks, verify signatures, and challenge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, board and staff. My name's Andy Hensel, H-E-N-S-E-L. So the real election news in California isn't who won or lost, because even though election day was last Tuesday, we still don't know for sure who won or lost. The news is that the confidence in the election system in California has completely collapsed. Now, a Gallup poll shows that for the past 10 years, voter confidence has been dropping, but recently it's in free fall. As Tom Fenton of Judicial Watch said, You cannot trust post-election day counting, and that's why no one else in the world does it. A reporter asked Mike Johnson, what proof do you have that there's been any voter fraud? And Mike Johnson responds, there is none, but we know instinctively that something is very wrong. It's more than that, Speaker Johnson. And just to name one example, what happened in LA is statistically impossible. For Nithya Raman to trail by 43,000 votes on election day and then pass Spencer Pratt is equivalent to calling 653 coin tosses correctly in a row. It's in the trillions, 1 in a trillions. We don't need hard evidence that is admissible in court to know that we are being scammed. Just last night, well, the Attorney General agrees with me. Last night, Assistant Attorney General Bill Asaley says that California is refusing to comply with the Department of Justice to allow an audit of the voter rolls, and he now says that there will soon be charges of election fraud. My office has multiple election fraud investigations underway in coordination with FBI Los Angeles. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Board. My name is Mercy Pena, and I read a KGET article that the grand jury advised and recommended implementation of additional bookmobiles and bilingual services. As a grandmother with a deep commitment to one priority that continues to shape my grandchildren and my Greenfield community is improving literacy outcomes for our community families. As someone who has seen firsthand what is possible when literacy is approached with intention, creativity, and real community connection, we often talk about literacy in terms of data, benchmarks, and access to materials, et cetera, et cetera. While those things matter, they do not tell the full story because access alone does not create readers. I recently had the opportunity to observe Birdcage Inc. mobile bookstore in our community, and what stood out to me was not just the presence of books, but the way children and families interacted with them. This was not just a passive experience, it was an active engagement. Children were not just choosing books, they were talking about them. They were asking questions. They were excited to explore stories that reflected who they are and what they care about. That level of connection is not accidental. It's intentional. Birdcage Inc. demonstrated something that I believe our entire literacy system needs to take seriously. When reading is made approachable, welcoming, and responsive, children do not just consume books, they build genuine interest in them, and that is where real literacy begins. We can place books on our shelves and we can expand services, but we are not creating excitement to open those books. We're only addressing part of the challenge. It is also a reminder that we already have community partners doing this work in real time. We need to strengthen and support what is already working. We are seriously about improving literacy rates, then we must invest not only in our resources, but in the people and programs that know how to turn those resources into meaningful learning experiences and measure it. Birdcage Inc. shows me what that looks like on the ground and exactly what kind of model we should be learning from. Our goal is to create lifelong readers. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning, Supervisors. David Abbasi, AKA Spartacus the Watchdog. So, hey, guys, I see you do your dirty business early in the morning before I can even get here. Non-controversial consent agenda items, right? Well, I think it's pretty controversial that many of you have taken over-the-limit campaign contributions from Bakersfield Recovery Services. You're only allowed to get a certain amount of money, $1,600 per election cycle. That's our local limit. But when you take stacks, like $6,400, for example, from the same group who's using multiple corporations to make it look like it's individual contributions, you now have an indirect financial interest that does not expire. You cannot vote on any Bakersfield Recovery Service items indefinitely. 12 months doesn't cure that. Because, again, this is now not considered a standard contribution. It loses the protection of a campaign contribution. It's not a campaign contribution now, it's over the limit. It's considered illicit income or a gift, a bribe, essentially, especially when you vote on their stuff, like after this, and you buried it at the end of the consent agenda here. Item 38, Bakersfield Recovery Services, increased compensation, $2.3 million. You're just handing millions of dollars over to your campaign financiers. And now, this is why we need a watchdog group. We are forming a watchdog group and a public integrity unit, so we can actually monitor these things, like a committee that can actually look and point these things out, because every day you guys are violating laws, criminal, administrative, and Mr. Parlier, he likes to besmirch himself when he doesn't acknowledge that he took 9 contributions, $9,000 total, $1,000 each, all on the same day from a group of guys, and that's not somehow fishy. And they've already been identified with the Good Samaritan group, which he voted for the very next day. That's a one-day turnaround for your quid pro quo. I mean, hey, the paper trails.
Okay, thank you. You're over
Right?
the time limit. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, Chair Peters and fellow supervisors. This is an item that's going to be later in the agenda. I understand. I mean, later on in the day. I'm not familiar with this, but I do have to work, so I can't be there. Am I allowed to speak on agenda number 51? Thank you. Okay. Since the beginning, the RFP process, my name is Daniel Arias. Apologies, A-R-I-A-S. Since the beginning, the RFP process has been widely difficult to understand. The criteria and scoring by the county seemingly is favorable to one side over another. The continuous lack of transparency and communication between Northwest Baseball, the county, and other organizations has caused nothing but division, stress, and fear in our local Northwest youth along with their families. From spreading complete false information of county funding that were never once allocated to our fields, other than lights on one field for 23 years. We have 13 fields, not one. A complete disregard to the impact this decision will affect our rec youth families, complete false information regarding the status of our board, and the list goes on, Losing a home that our Northwest youth families have held for over 2 decades to uncertainty is definitely not something that should be decided by anyone other than the community we have provided our services for. That being said, supervisors, I am requesting this decision to be tabled for 52 days to allow the Northwest baseball community to acquire enough signatures to put this decision on the ballot for November. That was tough. This decision has huge implications on our youth, one way or another, however you see it. And we should allow the community to decide what's best. As true constituents of the people, let the people decide what they want. Put it to vote in November like a true democracy. Let the people show what they really want for the Metro Sports Complex. Thank you for your time, and I hope you consider my recommendation before making your decision to grant the lease to another organization other than Northwest Baseball.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Chairman? Sir, would you mind, this woman right here is our CAO, Nancy Anderson, sorry. Would you leave your contact information, or with Elsa, that's fine. Thank you.
Good morning.
Chairman Peters and members of the Board of Supervisors, good morning. I'm Edward S. Robinson, founder, president, and CEO of the Kern County Veterans Chamber of Commerce. According to the most recent United States Census, there are over 32,000 veterans currently residing in Kern County. They are not a liability. They are an untapped leadership gold mine. Chairman Peters, I know your top priorities for 2026 are financial stability and expanding public safety. We're here to help you execute that mission. The KCVCC is currently advancing the Veterans Resilience Workforce Hub, a shovel-ready initiative designed to convert military experience into state certifications, transitioning local veterans directly into high-demand public safety and agricultural careers. We look forward to partnering with the county to turn our veteran population into the economic and public safety engine this region needs. At the KCVCC, we don't ask for a seat at the table. We build it. and then we take our place. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Board. Concerned citizens would like to, Jesse Sanders, by the way, would like to express their appreciation for the Kern County law enforcement for making the county and city citizens safer in their lives today. A special thanks to the Chief of Police, Mr. Stratton, for his lead in the hostage situation, which involved the BPD, HRT, FBI, Sheriff's Department, and worked in coordination effort to protect our citizens, and we appreciate that greatly. Also, shout out to the CHP who wrote 102 citations to keep our roads a little safer from the idiots that want to drive on their cell phones at 104 miles an hour. The County Health Department also needs to be recognized for taking the non-compliant food vendors off the street that will protect us from foodborne illnesses. Last but not least, the ICE agents that are taking imported criminals off the streets and completely out of our United States. All law enforcement needs a big shout out, and we thank you for supporting them. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders. Any other public speakers?
Good morning, Chairman, Board. Let's see here. Okay, my name is Thomasina Rivers, Tomasena, and I am here today to make a statement about a CalFresh application that I applied for and withdraw, and the county did not honor that withdrawal. Instead, they posted it as a denial. So I just have a small statement before it's gone. Okay. Statement to the board. My name is Thomasina. I am a Kern County resident and the mother of 2 children and a child who is receiving benefits for disability. I'm requesting the board investigate whether the Department of Human Services is applying eligibility rules fairly and consistently to all applicants and recipients. I have personally observed situations where individuals with apparent substance abuse issues have been approved for public assistance benefits, while my own household has been denied SNAP benefits despite having dependent children and significant financial hardship. My concern is not whether any particular individual receives assistance. Rather, my concern is whether the department is applying the law equally and fairly to all families seeking help. My household includes 2 children who depend on me for food and basic necessities. When benefits are denied despite document need, it creates hardship for families and raises serious question about the administration of these programs. I respectfully request the board conduct an independent review of the department practices, eligibility determinations, and the treatment of families with dependent children who seek for assistance. I also request the board ensure that all eligible families are treated fairly, consistently, and in accordance with the state and federal law. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Any other public speakers? Okay, seeing none, we will close public presentations now and move to item number 5, which is board member announcements or reports. Any comments from the board? Okay, seeing none, we'll close item 5, and that takes us to the end of our agenda. We will adjourn to closed session to consider items. 1 second, sorry. Let's see here. '78 to '81. Thank you. Okay. Without objection, we're adjourned.